guys, today's video is going to be planting tomatoes. Planting them right here. I got all my ingredients. They're my stuff I need, which is bone meal, blood meal, some eggs, and my tomatoes. I'm going to explain like the different varieties that I have to plant today, how exactly I dig the hole, and what I put in the hole when I'm ready to put my tomato plant in. I'm going to prune them some, and I'll tell you all about why I do all that. So that's what we're gonna do today. I'm gonna try to explain how I do it. It's not that big a deal, so let's go. Okay guys, I'm going to start off by digging a hole. And in this whole line, I think I'm going to put 5 plants. So I can either go ahead and dig all 5 holes, or I can just dig one to show you, so I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, but I'm gonna mark off kinda where the holes will be. I'm gonna start digging this one first. And we want a deep, deep hole. Especially since my tomato plants got so big. I'm gonna really have to plant them deep. Now, you don't need them super wide like I'm doing, but this shovel's just really big. You're gonna save a lot of time using a big shovel. See how deep that is? I don't know if you can tell in perspective's kind of weird, but it's pretty deep. Okay, in this big deep hole we have now, I am going to sprinkle a little blood meal. Now I never measure this, I just do it. Don't overthink it. Just a little bit. Don't overdo it, but just a little sprinkle, and then a little sprinkle of bone meal. I'm just warning, these smell really bad. Yeah, that's okay. And then we drop a whole egg in here. What? Yeah, it's true. It helps every year. It's like good fertilizer. And I take my little thing and I smash it so that it breaks up. Okay, we take one of our tomato plants. You can't even see how big it is. But first thing we do, obviously if there's any yellow leaves at all, take them off. And actually, see how this is touching? Pull that one right off. And you know what? I'm gonna actually do this one. See, tomatoes actually will root. I think I've said that before. They'll root anywhere on this thing. So if we plant them really deep, it gives them better structure. I'm gonna take this one off too. See how nice it is now? So I'm gonna take this out and just plant it as deep as I can. And this is a paste variety. Ooh. Look at them roots. And we just set it down there. And I'm actually, instead of getting this not old dirt, but the dark brown kind of clay-like dirt, I'm getting some of this fertilizer that I put on top, and I'm putting it in the bottom of the hole. So again, we're getting lots of different fertilizers we're starting with this. And then we'll come back on top with some of the soil that we got out of the hole. Kind of break it up some. Oh! Look what I just found. Right here. That's egg from last year. Deep down in the soil. Haha! Isn't that neat? And we're still just gonna mound this dirt up a bit. Oh, it's just that simple. Got our first tomato plant of the season planted. A million more to go, but that's okay. And I'm just gonna go ahead and plant as many as I can right now. That was my explanation how to do it. It's pretty simple. And I hope you plant and grow tomatoes this year too. So watch me plant the rest of them. Fast time. Oh, I want to show you something. You see how that is? This is another main stalk growing up out of this main stalk. We don't want that. That's called a sucker. You can actually take this, pull it off, and make a hole, put it in a glass of water for a little while, a couple weeks. You'll have a whole new potato plant.
Potato, patata, tomato, oh, let's call the whole thing off.
Ready to plant. So yeah, but we don't need that. Kind of just break it off like that. Which, maybe we'll just stick it in this ground right here. You can do it that way too. Just stick it in the ground and it might grow. Here's a close-up view. I've already put the blood meal, bone meal, and the egg. You just take your shovel and just kind of break it apart. Take our next tomato plant, we pull all of the bottom leaves off. So we have this nice long thing. Put it straight in, then start covering it. We'll talk a little bit about variety. I have 3 varieties I'm growing this year. Amish paste. Amish paste is a paste tomato. It's very good for making sauce, tomato paste. There's less juice and less kind of the gooey stuff that's in tomatoes. There's less of that and it's more like meaty, so they cook down a little bit better. So I honestly don't know how many I have of those. I think I have no idea. Second variety is called Hungarian Heart. And Hungarian Heart is another paste tomato. They get pretty big, and that's kind of my reason in getting the seeds a few years ago. I got them from Baker's Creek. I researched a whole lot about what I wanted, and when you're canning and when you're preserving, you want kind of more of those paste varieties for stuff like that. So I have a bunch of those, and then my most favorite, third variety that I'm growing, most favorite, Dr. Witchy's Yellow. It is a giant, they get big, yellow tomato. Yellow tomatoes have less acid in them, so they're almost sweeter, kinda. I just love it. I got that idea from Jess at Roots and Refuge Farm. Her YouTube channel, you should check it out. She literally got me into my love for tomatoes so much. Like, she was the reason. And she actually, I think Dr. Witchy's is one I heard from hers, and I just love it, and it's my favorite of all time. It also it cans well too. It does stuff like that. But those are my 3 varieties that I am growing this year. Hopefully we'll get a good harvest out of them. So those are my tomatoes. I do believe these are the Amish paste variety. And yeah, that's all I'm gonna do right now. I ran out of blood meal, and so I'm gonna have to get some more of that and go ahead and plant the rest. But this is all for this video today. I hope you enjoyed. I hope I made sense. I hope I got a lot of tips and tricks in there for you to plant a wonderful garden tomato harvest this season, so that we can have all the tomato sandwiches. Nom, 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 nom. Oh, one more little tip. As they get taller, I wrap a string around the bottom, and then I go, I don't know if you can see that, all the way up there, and I tie a string up there, and that's how I trellis them. And I keep it to 1 stalk. You always pull off those suckers, and then you always water from the bottom. That's a good tip. Sometimes if you water all crazy, the leaves and stuff will die and get gross, and so you want to water from the bottom. I'm gonna put a soaker hose below once I get them all planted, get that settled down so that I have good irrigation so that they grow big and strong. So yep, that's all for this video today, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.